Mikael Silvestre defends Man United players' use of social media and recalls Sir Alex Ferguson hairdryer about his website. Mikael Silvestre laughs when he is told that Manchester United players are currently being criticised for their presence on social media. The ex-Red Devils defender is reminded of a time when he felt the wrath of a certain Sir Alex Ferguson for his own online mishaps. Frenchman Silvestre explained, "I was one of the first players in the Premier League to have a website in the early 2000s. In France, it was very trendy, so I thought it would be cool to have one. I would have an interview on the phone after the game, and it was published there in French on my website. But an English paper picked it up, and I remember my quotes were used as a headline the day after the game and the boss was like, 'You have to stop it,' and I did. I was being very honest about the team's performance and that was the headline." Silvestre said the team didn't do well, and the gaffer was mad. He said, "I'm in charge of the communication, you play football." Much has changed since an all-controlling Fergie ran the show at Old Trafford before retiring in 2013, his most recent successor Ole Gunnar Solskjaer the latest to be sacked. Free bets, get the latest betting sign-up offers and free bets, but what has not changed is the influence of online commentary on the day-to-day lives of footballers. Bruno Fernandes and skipper Harry Maguire have been heavily slated for their use of Twitter and the unauthentic apologetic messages shipped out with the help of representatives. Silvestre, 44, won 4 Premier League titles, 1 FA Cup and 1 Champions League during a 9-year spell with the club as one of Fergie's most trusted and reliable enforcers, but is now on the other side providing representation and management of young players through his new agency Talent Life. He explained, "To simply let players use social media themselves is too simple. If you are going to send a message in the heat of the moment, it is either not going to be well written, or you will be too emotional, and you will get in trouble. It is best if someone is in control, but I agree there should be a big input from the players. They are the ones scrolling and consuming, but they might not be the best equipped, because the consequences of that one message can be very harmful to you, your family, the organization. It needs to be managed in a sensible way. You need people around you to help with the big picture." Silvestre is doing just that with young up-and-coming players, something that takes him back to his own journey from the Rennes U17B team to Europe's biggest stages. Since retiring in 2014, he has tried his hand at being a director of football back with Rennes, where his first transfer window involved convincing Ousmane Dembele to stay before the club later sold him to Borussia Dortmund. He admitted, "It is not an easy role. You are not under the spotlight as much as the manager, but there is a lot of frustration that you cannot talk to the players and build a relationship." But it is on the pitch where he is remembered most, playing alongside Ronaldo, Roberto Baggio, Diego Simeone, Javier Zanetti and a young Andrea Pirlo at Inter Milan, before joining United the summer after their famous treble-winning season of 1999. Silvestre said, "The pressure at Inter was tough. You go shopping, people are telling you off saying, 'Go back home and rest.' They are looking what you buy in your trolley. So, moving to United, it wasn't intimidating at all. When you think about it, it is natural selection. You either have the mentality and mindset to establish yourself or you don't, and you won't last long at United if so." There are many examples of players joining United who flourish, and there are also examples of players that had to move on as it was too big for them, and they couldn't cope. My first 3 seasons we won 3 titles in a row. It's almost like we were expecting to win every game. I'm not saying it was easy, but we had so much quality and desire that we would win no matter what. It was an incredible feeling. An iron fist and a velvet glove. Fergie built several all-conquering sides during his 26-year tenure, featuring forward lines including the likes of Dwight Yorke, Andy Cole and Teddy Sheringham to Wayne Rooney, Carlos Tevez and Cristiano Ronaldo. But Silvestre remained a constant. He said, "I always describe Fergie as an iron fist and a velvet glove. It was a lot more velvet than people think. If you shout at people every day you won't get anything out of them." Fergie's iron fist emerged when Silvestre left United for Arsenal in 2008 after Gunners boss Arsene Wenger persuaded him to join in a last-minute phone call during a medical at Manchester City. And as United and Arsenal meet in the Premier League once more, Silvestre remembers the days when this fixture was a blockbuster affair on and off the pitch. He continued, "There were always mind games between Fergie and Wenger, but at United we knew we were playing the best team in the country who could challenge and surpass us. Those games were keys to establish your supremacy. You have to be ruthless. That's what we showed. Overall, we were on top. It was talent but mainly mindset. It was almost like London being arrogant and cocky against the Northerners, the hardworking people. Silvestre was unable to help Arsenal return to their own glory days during a two-year spell in North London as United went on to claim a treble of titles between 2006 and 2009. Silvestre said, "There were quality players at Arsenal, but maybe they were not as hard as United players could be. We had myself, William Gallas, Kolo Toure, Manuel Almunia, but that was the minority. It sometimes felt like it didn't mean as much as it would have meant previously. Once it is going in two different directions, it is difficult to address. I couldn't reverse it." Mikel Arteta's Arsenal travel to Old Trafford on Thursday with new United manager Ralf Rangnick watching on as both sides fight to again become relevant. Silvestre added, "Both clubs are going through a cycle. They need to be pragmatic and patient, just like Chelsea, Liverpool, and Manchester City have all done. But you also financially want to stay competitive. Their time will come again." Read our Football News Live blog for the very latest rumors, gossip and done deals.